Welcome to Cook for Cornwall, a nature-friendly Cornwall project where we take some of the best local amateur chefs and pair them with some amazing produce that this great county has to offer. They will then cook head-to-head from home, filming every step of the way, with you then voting via social media to crown our Cook for Cornwall winner. In this programme, we visit 3 farms to find out how they are being nature-friendly. So it is my pleasure to introduce Ian, Lisa and Verity.
Hi, I'm the farmer here at Shy Praise with my son Mervyn. At Shy Praise we produce outdoor grown saddleback pork and some conservation grazing cattle. So we started farming here in 2009, taken over the farm from my mother-in-law when it was a small dairy farm, and we've tried to make it a more viable production now for meat and produce that people want to buy direct from the farm. Well, increasingly customers are conscious of where their food comes from because they hear that around the world we're destroying the habitat. We see that animals are being badly treated around the world. We are trying to farm sustainably here and treat our animals as well as we can and give them a good life while they're with us.
I'm Lisa Guy and we're at High Kegwin Farm. We farm organic beef here from Dexter's, an Irish breed, and as you can see they're all behind me here. They're such a great breed for conservation grazing. Our ethos was always to work with nature. The diversity of our insects, birds, mammals, flora is really diminishing as we try and produce more and produce more industrially. We push nature into smaller and smaller spaces. I'm not looking to get every last bit of production out from my farm. I look at the farm very holistically. For me, my success as a farmer is having cows that are happy, healthy, part of a very sustainable, resilient landscape. And I know that if my cows are able to graze that, they will benefit and be healthy. I think it's absolutely critical that customers should know where their food is coming from.
My name's Verity Groom. We are at Little Norton, just outside of Stoke Climsland. We produce pork, lamb and our own vegetables. We started farming when we moved back to this property about 5 years ago. My husband grew up here. It's only got 4 acres, so we decided to diversify it all, little bits of everything. I think we've always farmed with nature. I think it's just in us to be custodians of this land for the period we have it. And as we have small children, I think it's a very good example to set. If the customer understands where the food comes from, they understand the hard work that goes into it and the extraordinarily high standards that Britain's got in our farming. And I'm a big advocate of that. So everybody who knows us and buys from us, just doing that is supporting it.
Well, some amazing work being done there by our Cornish farmers. So on to our chefs. We arranged 4 food hampers which had an array of Cornish produce alongside some chorizo sausage from Ian, beef skirt from Lisa and lamb chops from Verity. These were sent out to our excited chefs who had a choice of making a lamb dish or a Cornish pasty. We scoured the county for 4 budding chefs with varying ability to take part in our Cook for Cornwall competition, and we think we found some corkers. We have Dan, a former Navy chef from St Austell, Holly, who does amazing work to help make Cornwall more eco-friendly, Fiona, a talented chef from the small coastal village of Polperro, and Natalie, an up-and-coming social media chef. Let's see how they get on.
Hi, my name's Daniel and I am going to be doing a lamb dish for Cook for Cornwall. The lamb has been gifted to me by obviously a Cornish farmer. It's great quality, lovely set of lamb chops. what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to cook all of my food outside on one of my fire grills. What I'm going to start by doing is I take the lamb and I'm actually going to season it first. Really nice sea salt. It's one of those things where I quite like the taste of the flakes and stuff like that when you get that crunch, that explosion of salt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a chilli. Now remove the seeds from it. You don't want the seeds in there. It's, you know, they can hold quite a punch. These chilies themselves are quite mild. I don't want it to go too spicy. It's not really what I'm wanting to achieve with the dish. I just want that extra flavour in there. It doesn't have to be perfect because again, it's just a marinade. So yeah, bang it all together and slap it in. Cool, so I finished my dish. My neighbour's kindly said he'll try the dish. So what do you think to it?
I think it's lovely. Absolutely smashing.
Hello, welcome to my pink kitchen. I have never made a pasty before, so you'll have to bear with me. But fingers crossed, I'm going to do an untraditional one, which is causing a little bit of grief in the family. But I think if you can add booze, add booze. Right, so pastry. It's always a bit iffy if it's going to work. And I'm going to use a bit of lard and a bit of butter. And I'm trying to squidge in as much gooey yumminess as I can without overfilling, because I've been warned about the overfilling. Well, it's really crumbly, difficult to hold, so you couldn't sell it, but it's buttery, it's rich. And this as a little side thing works well. And anyhow, bon appetit and bon chance. My lord, they're enormous.
Hi, my name's Fiona Hoskin. Welcome to our kitchen. We live in Pulperro and I live here with my husband Kerry and our little girl Loveday. She's currently outside being feral. We've got some lamb chops, some carrots, some potatoes, some red onion, some white onion, some garlic and some red wine. I've also got some chicken stock, some milk and some butter. So I'm just going to do these onions ready for the potato bake. Just layer up the potatoes really start with. So just a quick layer of potatoes on the bottom. So we're just going to add some of the stock until you can just start to see it. There we go. Right, let's see how that goes. Turn it up a bit. Yummy. Is it really nice?
Really soft and like chewy, nearly like a toffee.
In a good way, there was. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Natalie Jasper and I live in Gunners Lake in Cornwall. Today I'm going to be using these lovely ingredients to make my take on a Cornish pasty. To go along with my blue cheese sort of Stilton pasties, I should be making a chorizo chutney. So the first thing I'm going to do is make my pastry, because the pastry really does need to rest. So I'm going to chop up all my ingredients now, starting with my meat. I always cut with the grain, and I want really nice big chunky bits. I don't want tiny little bits. I want all of my ingredients to be a similar size. So now we're going to put our delicious filling in our pastry with all those additional great flavours, and then we're going to do some crimping. So now I'm going to make my chorizo chutney. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze these little beauties out of their skin. So what I'm going to do is try and get all the meat not on the floor out of my skins, so that these can give added extra flavour. I don't really want the skins in, because in a chutney you don't really want to have little bits of tough skin, but completely different to the air-dried chorizo. By the time my pasties had cooked, my chutney was done. I could serve it to my lovely man and he could enjoy his lunch. Here's my little taster, just to see what his lunch is like. He's going to cut it in half and then he's going to show it to me so that we can see the insides, hopefully cooked to perfection, tasting sensational and delicious. Steak and Stilton patties have, oh look at the steam coming out of that. Oh look.
Wow, some amazing final dishes there from our contestants, but which one will be your winner? Only you can decide. Follow us on our social media pages for your chance to vote. And that brings us to the end of what has been a very inspiring show. I'm off to get my hands dirty in the kitchen.